Hello and welcome. This is day 86 here. So let's wait for an opponent. And it looks like we're playing a 1661. We have the black pieces. They play e4. So we're responding with e5. And they attack with the knight. And we defend with ours. Alright, so looks like the Italian game, and now the quiet game. All right, c3. We'll develop our knight here. And see what they decide to do next. All right, so they attack here. So we'll go ahead and capture. And now, let's see, do we go ahead and castle here? Or do we just take this pawn? We can't do that. So we probably have to check here. So we'll go ahead and check. And then, let's see. Do we go ahead and take that pawn? That is the question. Is taking the pawn, does that even work? Let's see if I remember, if I'm playing this correctly. Do we take this pawn? If we do that, are there any surprise attacks here? What if he pushes this pawn forward? All right, that might be risky. Let's see what happens. Now he could push his pawn forward, attacking my knight. And then what? Do I move out to the side? Okay, so now that gives us time to castle. Or do we have to go ahead and pick off this knight here? Do we have to pick off the knight? Do we pick off the knight? And should we pick off that knight with the with the bishop? Maybe that would work a little better. Let's see. The problem is, are we going to have an issue here with him lining a rook up on us? All right, let's go ahead and pick that off. That at least keeps his rook from being able to pin us. Problem is his queen could pin us. But then maybe that would give us time to move to block with our queen. Or we could just attack his bishop with our pawn. Just move forward and attack there. But we need to get our king castled here in a hurry. Now, does he have a sacrifice? What if he captures here? Okay, so he does push forward there. Let's see. Well, now we could attack his bishop. Should we do that? Yeah, these. Another reason I'm thinking about, I think when I get to the 100th game, I might switch over to C6, the Caro-Kann, for a while, because these games just all turn into crazy messes here. All right. What is the option here? To move and attack his bishop, I would think. If we just move and attack the bishop. All right, so we're doing that. We're attacking the bishop. Okay, he's counterattacking us. So, well, we could move again and counterattack him. So should I do that? Should I move and counterattack him? All right, we'll just move and counterattack him. The only problem is, there's a threat here of forking the two knights. Okay, well, now we can knock that out. All right. Well, we should go ahead and castle there. Definitely need to do that. Okay, so he's threatening the mate there. All right. Well, I have to block with this pawn, because he's threatening a mate here. So we pretty much have to do that. And then I need to get this get this pawn pushed forward here to be able to get my bishop out. Or, I could just try and go this way, protect the knight, and bring the pawn or the bishop up this way so it's aiming at the king side. Okay, so here, should I go after this knight and chase it away? All right, go here. Right now, oh, he's also got that threat of attacking my queen. All right. Threatening to attack my queen. So he could try and jump down here and attack. I have to watch out that I don't have this unprotected knight is not looking too good here. All right. All right. Well, if he attacks my... If he attacks my queen with his bishop... then he could try and jump in here. Okay, I guess we're doing that. All right. Now he's trying to threaten. Ooh, he's trying to threaten a mate here. Trying to threaten a mate. Is there going to be a way to stop this or not? Is there a way to stop this or not? Okay. Well, oh man. All right, this is not looking good. He just jumps in here and threatens a mate right here. So we could block with this pawn. Okay, but if we move our rook and he jumps in here and threatens the mate, then what do we do? All right. Let me think here. Might have to give up the rook. If we move here and he just threatens a mate in one, what can we do? We have to protect this square. If we go here, and he goes there. Let's see. All right. maybe we have to leave. This is not good. All right. Man, what can we do here? We have to block this attack coming in. The mate and 1 here. So do we just go here? Do we attack his knight? Then he could try and go here anyway. All right. I guess we attack his knight. All right, we just attack his knight. Now, okay, well, that saved our rook. That saved our rook. Now we can go here. But then he'll be able to attack us. All right, so hold on. If we move this rook, his knight could jump over there and attack us. Then we can attack his queen. All right, guess we're doing that. Okay. Well, now our queen should attack his queen. Let's see. We attack his queen. The problem is his rooks are going to take control of the open E file. So that could be an issue. That could be an issue. He really has us locked down with this bishop and knight combination. Oh, that is a crazy move. Crazy move. All right. Well, we have to bring up our bishop to be able to stop that. Bring up our bishop. So we got to do that. See what he does next. Okay. Well, now we can all right. All right. Now he's threatening to pick that off. Well, what do we do next? He just has me in a bind here. It's not not too good. So now he's threatening to pick this off. All right. Well, we need to save our bishop, I guess. And he could check us here. All right. All right. What should we try next? This is just crazy. Okay, we probably have to save our bishop here. So how do we save this bishop? Is there a way to save the bishop? If we just protect with this rook, then what? He checks us here. Maybe we have to go there. And it's not looking too good. Okay, so we have to go here. And it just looks awful. Awful, awful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If we go here, yeah, this is just torture. This guy's torturing me. All right, what can we do? If we go here, he can just capture. Um, If we go here, he's just going to be able to capture. Do we block this guy? Oh my gosh. Just awful, just awful. Then that will lead to a problem. All right, so we do that. Yeah, then that'll lead to a mate. That will lead to a mate. So he'll go rook to g7. Then I'm forced to go here. Then he can just go back to here. All right. Well, I better resign because as soon as I go here, he's just going to jump up and get me. There's no way to stop that. So good game on him. That was just awful. Once he got in there and just trapped my king with that knight and that bishop, taking advantage of these weak dark squares, I was just in trouble after that. All right. Well, game review. Let's look at the mistakes here and see what we can learn. Oh my gosh. They played 97.3. I guess that's possible, but sometimes when I see numbers that high, it makes me wonder if they were getting help from the computer. All right. Even though your opponent found a nice tactic, you did a good job building an advantage before that, something to build on. Okay, so I only played at 77.5. They had 2 great moves. They only had 1 inaccuracy. And then we had 4 versus 2 and 2 mistakes. So let's see what we should have done. This crazy opening, which I probably misplayed. Okay, d5, attacking my knight. So it didn't like that move. Oh, maybe I should have moved the other way, attacking in the center. That might have been better, maybe. Well, something to look at in the analysis. All right, knight to c5 is a mistake here. What should I have done? Best would have been to just protect that knight with the pawn. Well, I guess it keeps that knight here in a good position. Helps block this line. And white still would have been ahead with that. All right, so that is a mistake. What would have been better here? Ah, man, I thought about this move, but I thought, well, it's going to open up my king side even more, but I guess this would have been a better move because it immediately forces him to do something here. Oh, man, but then white is ahead by almost +2. Yeah, what a disaster. They played at a 2350 level. All right, well, that's possible because I've actually had at least one game where I played at a 2350 level. So it is possible. But I don't know. All right. So it says your opponent got the better of you in that game. Both of you played an amazing opening. Your opponent capitalized on their chances in the middle game. So they played at a 2350 level, so good on them. And unless they got computer help, because you never know these days. Versus 1700 here, and they had 100% opening accuracy, which I did too. Okay, that's surprising. And then they played 96.1% middle game versus 65.6. So that didn't help me, playing at a 65% middle game accuracy. Okay, so what happened next? Well, let's take a look. Well, yeah, the game ended because I resigned. That's what happened next. Okay, so what did we actually, what can we learn? What did we do wrong? Let's take a closer look at this. So e4, e5, knight to f3, attacking the pawn. We protect with the knight. Bishop to c4 lines up on this f pawn, which could be a weakness in these games where you play e4, e5. And we go ahead and just develop our bishop doing the same thing, lining up on our opponent's f-pawn. So they play c3 with the idea of being able to push forward here to d4, or even at some point pushing here and attacking our bishop. So looks like knight to f6 is played next here, and then what do they do? d4, which is the best move. So here the best option is to capture, which we did, and they played the second best move to capture in the center here. Looks like e5 immediately is best, but they capture here. Bishop to b4 we played, which is best. And then here they have the option of attacking, blocking with the bishop and attacking, or blocking with the knight, which they choose the knight block. And then the best thing to do is capture the pawn, which we did. So we're playing, everything's going good so far. Here they should castle immediately, which they did. And now the best thing to do is capture the knight with the bishop. So everything's good so far. And now the best thing to do is to take that bishop. Is that what they did? No, they played d5, the third best move, attacking our knight. And it looks like I was right. Earlier I said I probably should have gone here. And it looks like that is a better move than, what did we play? Knight to a5. Yeah, see, that ended up putting my knight on the edge of the board. So that's another basic strategic rule, is try to avoid putting the knights on the rim because they're dim. So, a knight on the edge is just not doing as much there. I should have stayed in the center. I could have attacked, maybe attacked his knight. So let's take a look at that. It says knight to e5 is the best move, and it would keep the advantage with black here. So then the best thing to do would be, let's see, queen to e2 to guard this bishop. And you line up on the king, and you're attacking this bishop here. So we should ignore all this and castle now. Another option is to just go ahead and capture this knight. But, man, we have we have all of our pieces under attack. And it still says we should just castle here. So, I don't know. Let's take a look at this and see how we just don't go so far behind in material that we can't come back from it. So now the best thing to do is just go ahead and pick off this bishop. Get rid of the bishop pair. And then the knight should capture. So we take the pawn. Oh, wait. Now it's saying that's a blunder. Oh, they probably meant the bishop. Okay, I think I just made the wrong move here. Delete that move. Yeah, so don't take the pawn, take the bishop. So knight captures. Queen takes e4. Well, now they're saying we should have captured with check up here. That would have been better. Because now the queen could just capture on c4, and then or on e4. But if he captures on e4, then we can drop our knight back and attack the queen. Well, either way we can do that. Either way, if he captures, we're going to drop back and attack the queen. Now, the other option was instead to just go ahead immediately capture here. Now it's saying that's the best move. Capture with check. The queen would capture, so as not to break up your kingside pawns. Although, maybe could you do that and then use this open G file for an attack? But anyway, they recommend this as best. And now rook to E8, protecting the knight. They would add more pressure to the knight. We drop back, attacking the bishop here. And now, what's the recommendation? Oh, a little tricky move here. Bishop to F4. Look at this little trick. So, if this knight is captured, yeah, you can't, or excuse me, if this bishop is captured by the knight, there's a little trick. So, the best move is to capture here. They would capture with their rook, then we pick that off. So, yeah, this is some tricky looking stuff here. Let's see. So, first of all, you don't want to play this. Well, I guess you could play it, but then there's this. You attack. The queen is under attack. So you don't want to capture here, or this rook will capture your rook and deliver a mate. So here you would capture. Computer says that's best. Recapture, renewing the threat here. And now what? Queen to F8. D6. Oh man, that just blocks you in right there. And then you would play G6 to give you a little bit of room for your king to get out if it has to. Or you could even play, they recommend H5. Oh, well, I don't know. That the queen could just pick that off. All right. If we go back a little bit here, what did we look at? Knight takes F3. And then we got into this crazy little situation. What was the other option back here? Okay, bishop to F4, and then what did we do? We captured up here. Is there another option? Capturing here. Anyway, let's just finish this video out before we just, I have that habit of looking at all these different lines, and they're pretty interesting. So in the game, D5, and we make this inaccuracy, moving to the edge of the board, which was not good. Now we have bishop to D3, so they're just attacking our knight, and what is best here? F5, protecting that knight. So we play a mistake here. A total mistake. So better would have been F5. So we'll take a look at that. That is what we should have played. White would still have an edge, but not much. Then they should capture here. And then what do? We need to go ahead and castle. So we would go ahead and castle, get our king to some safety. And now D6. Well, I guess that kind of opens the line up maybe on our king. So D6 is recommended. Now they don't like that. Now they want queen to c2. Because here, if they go d6, we just capture with our knight. And then they can drop their bishop back and maybe at some point line up on our king. But queen to c2. Now the computer says that is better. So you're piling up on this knight. What should we do here? b6 or d6? So, maybe d6 to block out. Well, that lets our... let's see what they recommend now. Now they want c4. Well, then you want to play b6 to keep that pawn from moving. And you have protection on your knight. So rook to e1. Bishop up to d7 here. And knight, to d4. Yeah, now you have an outpost for this knight. Although here's a crazy recommendation. Capturing with the rook, it says that is best. Then, of course you want to accept that trade. They capture. Now they're lining up here. What? They say that h6 is not the best move to make there. You should either bring your queen out, and let them capture this pawn, or move your king over, also letting them capture the pawn. So I don't know. In the game, I'd probably play h6. Although they said that's an inaccuracy. It's better to bring your queen out. Now they have bishop to b2. And, oh man, they recommend blocking with the rook here. But white just has an edge here. All right, back to the game, Knight to c5. So my knight was under attack on e4 by the bishop. We drop back and counterattack the bishop. Now they take our bishop here. So we capture with this move, which is another inaccuracy. So instead, they wanted us to keep this knight here and just push this pawn so we can develop. So, they want that move, which, man, that's crazy. That lets rook to e1 happen. And now what? King to f8 is best. Then bishop to b2. Now they're saying bishop to g5 would have been better. So bishop to g5, attacking our queen. We should play f6. And now bishop back to e3, attacking our knight. So here, either bishop to g4, pinning this knight to the queen is good, or let's see, capture their bishop. So that would develop their queen. So maybe it's best to do that. Nope, they want the capture to get rid of the bishop pair. So we get rid of the bishop pair. They say that's best. Queen captures. So we did help them develop their queen. Now we should play bishop to d7. And, computer's just changing its mind a lot here. So another option is that move. And then computer does not want a capture en passant, or that could let the knight come back into the game, I guess, a little bit. They recommend bishop to f4, attacking this backwards pawn. Well, now it's saying capturing en passant would have been better. So capture, knight captures, rook at a to d1, lining up here. Now what? Bishop to e6, and we're just going to be behind a pawn. Or not. No, we're ahead. It would come back to even. Okay, you get the idea. In the game, what did we have here? We had capture of the bishop, queen captures, and then we castled. But now it doesn't like castling. It says we should have stayed there, played d6 here, and what then? Rook would check us. Once again, we go to f8. Yeah, and at this point, white just has an edge that's growing bigger and bigger. Our king would be stuck in the center. So in the game, we castled. They played this, which is a great move. So they find the best move, knight to g5, which threatens a mate. Here, f5 would have been better once again. So I guess I overlooked that move. f5 would have been better instead of g6. So that would block things. They should play, this d6 move, threatening problems here. And then we should play c6, keeping their queen out of this square here, being able to check our king. Rook to e1, and then queen to f6. All right. Man, the rook is going to be able to get in here on this 7th rank. That's the second, well, that's one of the top moves, rook to e7 here, which looks dangerous. We also have bishop to f5, threatening to attack the queen on e5. Or sorry, bishop to f4, threatening to move to e5. So yeah, a lot of threats here. In the game, we played this, and the edge is growing bigger. It's turning into just a winning advantage for white. Now here's an inaccuracy. D6 is what the computer wants. To go back here, then we should play b5. They're recommending, what's the second best move? b6. Now they're saying c5. c5 would have been better. Just doing that. And then knight to e4 anyway. So now the knight was headed there anyway. So they played this knight to e4 move. Here we played d6, and now this is a mistake. Just a big mistake here. We should have attacked that knight immediately with this move. So if we attack, now they have to go back to g5, or even knight to d2 is even better. And then we should play that move, protecting our knight. Although now they're saying ignore that and come up here. Rook to e1. b6 again. Watch the computer change its mind. Nope. This time it liked that move. So then they would have bishop to b2 or rook to b1. Okay. Let's finish this out. d6 is played, which was a mistake. They play another great move here, attacking our rook. We go there, and it says, it would have been better to just go right here. Okay. Yeah, that would have blocked this threat of a mate here. f6 is best. Then the bishop, should just capture. Then what? King captures. King or queen captures. It looks like it would be better to capture with the queen because then we can swing our rook over here. They recommend this move, queen to d4. Then what? King up to g7? Or queen to g7? And even c5. So what if we did that? Nope, it wants the king up there. So king up to g7, rook at f to e1. They're going to take control over here. c5. It recommends just going there. And now g5. Man, this computer, why? It's like every move I make, it says it's the best up here, and then it's changing its mind once I make that move. All right, so g5. The rooks are getting ready to double up. Once again, it's saying c5 here, and it changes its mind again. Now, that's kind of annoying. What is wrong with this computer? Bishop to f5 is best, and the rooks should go ahead and double up. And now it's saying b5, but watch, is it going to change its mind again? You think you would want to, well, maybe play b6 to block this pawn, try and swing this rook over. I don't know, b5 looks ridiculous. Let's play it. Up, it changed its mind again. What is going on here? What did it say about that? It said king to h8 is better. Why would that even be a good move? That looks awful. Is something wrong with this computer? Why would that even be a good move? King to h8. All right, let's see this move. No, it wants king to h8. What about that move? See, now it's saying c5 again. This is just absolutely ridiculous. If I play c5, is it going to change its mind? No, finally, it says c5 is better. But, why don't they just do this? Capture. Okay, then my knight can capture. Then the queen can capture. And then they trade off. They'd be ahead by +2. Bishop takes e4. Queen captures. King captures. Rook captured. Yeah, see, then they would just be ahead here. So, man, I don't know why the computer was doing that. It's like changing its mind after it'll show the top recommendation. Then when you play it, it doesn't like it. So, all right, in the game, they threaten a mate in one here. I moved this way, but it wanted the queen move instead. Let's look at that. Queen to e7, but now it's saying the rook move was best. So if we move the queen, okay, now it changed its mind. Bishop takes f8. Yeah, see, then they can just pick this off. And the king should go ahead and capture. What is that move? Yeah, we don't want that. Come on, this computer, I think it's broken. They'll capture here. The only thing you can do is move your king up, then they pick this pawn off. Come on. Like, I don't know. I think the computer is broken here today. All right. Here this allows that move, which is not so good, but you can, I guess, yeah, they're going to get this anyway. So, all right, back to the game. They attack. Our queen attacks their queen. The rook jumps in. Man, and he is just strangling me. So bishop to d7 is the best move. But now we have capture, which is best. Of course, they're playing all the best moves. capture, an attack, another best move. So it's just, I don't know. It's hard to play against somebody when they're finding all the best moves. All right, so what should I have done there? The best thing would have been to go up here and give up my bishop. Oh my gosh. Okay. Or give up the knight, or go to knight to c4. Either way, it involves giving up a piece here. All right, anyway, we do that. They check us. We're stuck in the corner. Man, yeah, it's just a disaster here. And then bishop to b5 was played, but it looks like it would have been better. Now they're saying we should have moved the knight up where it can be captured, that's our best option. Looks like no matter what, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. Yeah, so we're just losing after that. So, the game goes here, there, and then they just start picking us off. So we're forced to go there. And if I would have played, well, I guess I went a little bit further. Now if I go here, they're just going to mate me. All right, let's end the video there. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already to support the channel. Feel free to leave comments, suggestions, requests for future material you'd like to see in future videos. And thank you for watching, and have a super chess day.